The wheels of the van crunched over loose gravel as Sasha Verma and her team began their slow ascent into the hills. The city had faded behind them hours ago, and now the landscape had transformed into endless stretches of dark pines, winding roads, and mist that clung to the windshield like smoke. Inside the van, the air was tense. Avi leaned back in the passenger seat, arms crossed, headphones slung around his neck. "You seriously think we're chasing a real ghost frequency?" he muttered. Sasha sat in the back seat, staring at the worn cassette tape she had brought. "I don't know what it is. But that voice, it knew my name, Avi. That wasn't a prank." Zubair, the driver, glanced at them through the rearview mirror. "This place, Darkhollow, it doesn't show on maps. Only local stories and forum threads." "Which screams hoax," Avi said, rolling his eyes. "Probably an old ARG from the 90s. But Sasha wasn't listening. She was too focused on the note folded in her pocket. "Don't tune in to 103.3 FM after midnight." Outside, the fog grew thicker. The trees pressed in from both sides, and the air felt heavier the deeper they went. It was barely noon, but the sunlight was struggling to break through the clouds. "This road ends in about 3 kilometers, Zubair said. "Then we walk. Or pray." By mid-afternoon, they arrived at the edge of Darkhollow. The town looked like something out of a forgotten postcard. Old brick buildings, crooked wooden signs, and rusted swings creaking in the breeze. A few locals walked the streets but didn't look up. No music played from windows. No chatter. Just silence. They stopped at the only gas station on the edge of town. It looked abandoned, dusty pumps, a flickering tube light inside, and a faded Coca-Cola sign hanging crooked above the shop entrance. "I'll grab water," Sasha said, stepping out. The moment her boots hit the ground, she felt it. Stillness. Not just quiet, but a complete absence of presence. As if the town was watching, waiting. Inside the gas station, shelves were lined with expired packets of chips and dusty soda bottles. Behind the counter stood an old man, motionless, eyes staring at the floor. "Excuse me?" she asked. No response. Suddenly, a soft shuffle behind her. She turned sharply. A young boy, maybe 12 years old, stood near the exit. His skin pale, lips slightly parted. His eyes locked on her. She hadn't heard him come in. He held out a piece of paper. Sasha hesitated, then took it. It was a flyer, printed decades ago. The ink had faded, the paper wrinkled with age. DJ Anay Kapoor, live on 103.3 FM, March 17, 1995, midnight broadcast. Do not listen alone. A shiver ran down her spine. "Where did you get this?" she asked. The boy tilted his head slightly, as if confused. Then he said, in a soft whisper. "He still talks. If you listen long enough, he finds you." Sasha opened her mouth to ask more, but the bell above the shop door rang. She turned to look. When she looked back, the boy was gone. There was no exit on that side. No door. No footsteps. Just empty space. Back at the van, she climbed in, pale and shaken. "Everything okay?" Neha asked, adjusting the camera lens. "Yeah. Just weird vibes." She handed the flyer to Avi, who squinted at it. "Where the hell did you get this?" "A kid inside gave it to me." Zubair looked at her from the driver's seat. "Kid? There are no kids in this town." Sasha frowned. "What do you mean?" "I looked this place up. Population's about 70 now. No school. No families moved in since 97. And," he hesitated, "that year? It's when Anay disappeared. Midnight show. No one ever found his body." The van went silent. "I think," Sasha said slowly, "this place was chosen. Not random. Something happened here, something that started with that broadcast." Avi turned the flyer over. On the back, someone had written in pen. The frequency opens the door. They drove deeper into the town. Houses were spaced too far apart. Windows were dark. The fog was thick again, rolling across the street like it had a mind of its own. "Radio's acting weird," Zubair muttered. He tapped the dashboard. The van's built-in radio lit up, unprompted. The dial flicked automatically, fast, like someone invisible was tuning it. It landed on 103.3 FM. A second later, the screen cracked, just a small line. Then the speakers came alive. Whispers. Soft. Layered. Some laughing. Some crying. Some calling out names. Then, one voice, clear through the noise. "You brought them here." "It begins again." Avi scrambled to turn it off. The whispers continued even as the radio powered down. Sasha sat frozen. In her lap, the flyer had started to bleed ink, the letters smearing as though the paper were crying.